Imagine this: your best friend and his wife are in a doctor's office. It's one of the most intimate, joint decisions a couple can make. They're a team, facing a life-altering choice together. And then, the doctor looks at the wife and says, "Excuse me, can you please wait outside?" The door closes. My friend is left alone, to have a secret conversation about a decision that was supposed to be 50-50. What the doctor said next was a bombshell. It changes everything we think about marriage, consent, and permanent decisions. Welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm sharing my friend's insane vasectomy consultation story. This isn't just a medical story, it's a story about a secret code among doctors. It's about a question so brutal, it had to be asked behind a closed door. So, my friend Mark and his wife Sarah had decided. They were done having kids. Their family felt complete, and they were excited about the freedom a vasectomy would bring. They went to the consultation together, united in their choice. The doctor was friendly, professional, and reassuring. He explained the procedure in detail, covering the recovery process and the high success rates. Everything seemed perfectly normal, a routine medical consultation. Then, out of nowhere, he dropped the bomb. He turned to Sarah, his expression unreadable, and said, "I'm sorry, but I need to speak with your husband alone for a few minutes." It's standard procedure. Standard procedure? Sarah was confused, but she complied without question. The door shut, and the atmosphere in the room shifted instantly. Mark told me he felt a sudden chill. What could possibly be so secret? Was there a hidden risk they hadn't discussed? A medical condition he didn't know about, something too sensitive for Sarah to hear? And then, the doctor leaned forward. His voice dropped to a low, serious tone. He asked Mark the one question that no one, especially not Mark, saw coming. The doctor didn't talk about medicine or surgical details. He talked about life, about the unpredictable, often harsh realities of human relationships. He said, and I'm paraphrasing what Mark told me, "Son, I've been doing this for 30 years. What I'm about to say, I can't say in front of your wife. I need you to think very carefully." He continued, his gaze unwavering, "I've had hundreds of men beg me to reverse this procedure. Not because it failed medically, but because their lives exploded in ways they never imagined." Then came the brutal questions, one after another. "I need you to look me in the eye and tell me you are 100% sure. What if you two get divorced next year? What if you lose a child in a tragic accident and want another? What if you marry a younger woman who desperately wants a family?" Mark was frozen, completely blindsided. He said he'd never considered these nightmare scenarios, these devastating possibilities. The doctor wasn't questioning the procedure's efficacy, he was questioning the permanence of their happiness, the stability of their future. "This decision," the doctor said, his voice firm, "is yours and yours alone. I need to know that if your life falls apart tomorrow, you will never, ever blame your wife for being in this room today. This burden cannot be shared." When Sarah came back in, the doctor just smiled warmly and scheduled the procedure. Mark never told her the full truth of that private conversation. He simply said the doctor wanted to confirm his decision, a final check on his resolve. But the conversation haunted him, echoing in his mind for weeks. He realized the doctor wasn't being rude or dismissive to his wife. He was following an unspoken ethical code, a profound responsibility. The doctor was trying to protect the individual from a permanent decision made in what could be temporary circumstances. He understood that love can fade, circumstances can shatter, and even the most solid partnerships can crack under unforeseen pressure. And in that crack, blame often grows like a toxic weed. This story isn't anti-vasectomy, it's about brutal honesty and foresight. The doctor knew that if Mark ever faced one of those devastating what-if scenarios, the blame could easily fall on Sarah, on the shared decision. He was ensuring that my friend owned his choice completely, unequivocally. So that no matter what the future held, Mark could never point a finger at the woman he loved. In a strange, almost paradoxical way, it was the most profound protection of their marriage he could have offered. So, I have to ask you, what do you think? Was the doctor right to ask the wife to leave? Should this private, brutally honest conversation be a standard part of the process for such permanent decisions? Or was it an overstep that disregarded their partnership and shared consent? Let me know in the comments below. Would you want to know if you were the wife in that situation? And if you're a guy, could you handle that level of brutal honesty, facing those difficult what-if questions alone? If this story made you think, made you question things, please smash that like button. Subscribe for more real-life stories that make you question everything you thought you knew. Share this with someone who needs to hear it, someone who might be facing a similar life decision. Thanks for watching. Stay curious.